Duckies and Dice Fiends, welcome to the Chaotic Wholesome Presents Table Talk Show. It is Tuesday. I am Kay, one of your hosts. Our usual host, David, is going through a bit of a life change. He has moved, and moving is tough, y'all. So, David is not with us today, but in his place we have, Candace, the magnificent, here.
That's me.
As our co-host, friend of the channel, and we are so excited to have them. Click Clack Snack, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Full Rubber Ducky, thank you for hanging out in chat. That is David. We are may or may not be streaming this week. Hey, Rex Verde. I will likely be streaming Thursday, not Baldur's Gate, because my partner in crime is obviously not here right now.
How dare.
Maybe something will probably be starting late because I have to go into the city and However, you can find us here every Tuesday doing this. All things TTRPGs, from indies to intersectionality, so we can all have a good time. And Candace, who the heck is you, and where can we, I mean, there's a billion places we can find you, but tell us some of the most relevant places we can find you right now.
Hello, I'm Candace the Magnificent. You can see on my name tag, it says that. And then it also says that my pronouns are they, she. I am Pretend David today. I have my Black Panther cup to channel my black friend who is just killing it at life right now. Soldiering on, doing the best. I am a TTRPG performer and GM. I am also a voice actor, and I do some writing and some other crap. You can find me at Bloom and Blight, anywhere you catch your pods, as well as Otherworld Hollywood. Soon you'll be able to hear Kay and I in the Candlestick Crimes as well. That's a sneak peek. You can see me in some stuff with Matt, who I guess is over this side.
Nope.
One of them. This way.
Yes.
Yes. And the upcoming frequencies with some people from the thing I'm in with Matt.
It's a little, TTRPG space gets a little incestuous, y'all. Like, you find out you're like, this person's fun to play with, and they're safe.
Yeah.
Let's do all of the things together.
Yeah, that's definitely happening right now. And there might be something in 2 weeks that I'm going to talk about. But I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about it. It's my own thing. I should talk about it. It's fine.
Our co-host Gilmore is here.
Hi, baby
here's
Gil.
the third co-host. He is going to be a terror, so this is great. Everything is fine. And we are here with a very, very special someone, the individual that I got to spend the eclipse with. So we are Eclipse Radiation Twins. That is my microphone.
Yes.
Can you not bump it, please?
Must headbutt.
Mimics and Misfits. Matt, tell us, who the heck is you, and what the heck is you doing here?
Hi. So I'm Matt. I am the owner and lead producer at Mimics and Misfits, a tabletop production and gaming group. And I am forgetting all of the things that I prepared for this, which is absolutely on par for how I exist.
That happens?
You
Lucky
can
for
find...
you, we've got like an hour for you to remember. So
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's perfect.
Right?
You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet as Mimics and Misfits, on Blue Sky as Mimics Matt, because we are separating out the brand,
Ooh.
which is apparently something you're supposed to do. Didn't know that was a thing.
It depends on... It depends.
I'm learning. It's all new things. Yeah, and I'm running games. We have done a little bit of everything. We're recording a super special Starfinder game that is all about salami and how much a banana costs.
it's true.
$10?
It's yeah, exactly. It's very accurate.
And hey, Dolo came. Welcome. The incredible Jason.
Today's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Sorry.
Why was I not informed?
I was told not to say anything, and then I decided to go off the grid.
I realized I don't...
I'm getting glared at right now.
I am... We've got applause going for Jason because I don't have a birthday song. But so there's the whole thing about we're gonna get to the point, I promise.
Yeah,
but
no.
not
Yes.
yet, right?
Yes.
There's a whole thing about, the happy birthday song is copyrighted, so you can't like sing it. But like Disney was like, no, we're not paying for the happy birthday song for the Emperor's New Groove, so they wrote their own, and I'm like, I feel like that's even worse. But because the song is happy birthday from all of us to you, we wish it was our birthday so we could party too. We'll see if Disney comes after me.
They
Wouldn't
better
be the
not.
first time.
Don't do it.
I'll have strong words.
Wait. What do you mean it wouldn't be the first time?
I used to work at DeviantArt. Disney
Lots
is
of
litigious
litigation.
as heck, especially about this. I worked at DeviantArt before Kingdom Hearts was out, so you weren't allowed to do crossover fan art. Like, even
Okay.
if you put two different Disney princesses in the same image, it was polluting the brand, and they would demand you take it down. Hey, Jen, welcome!
Jen Mac.
That's
it was,
impressive.
It was a wild time. So yes, Matt,
Me.
first off, we've got Matt's going to talk about a really cool thing here in just a moment. But first off, because I am a huge Starfinder nerd, and I'm currently recording a Starfinder podcast, and we've all heard the terrors of Soul. Matt, tell us about this Starfinder thing.
Okay, so we are currently recording a Starfinder project featuring some very lovely folks who you may recognize from some of the audio clips. Click Clack Snack in chat, along with Candace, Robin and Dylan from the Atomless, and Christian, who you can find as a Fluffy Goomba everywhere. It's a ton of fun and absolute chaos. I mean, I don't know where else you get turned into a horse, and everyone is quite happy to be tall, and a horse and a robot can have sex, or no, fox and a robot.
Yes.
It all
I'm
gets
sure
a
a
little
horse,
mixed up
too.
in there.
We've
I'm sure
spent-
a horse too.
We have spent enough time on Centaur accessibility.
Oh.
That comes up. Centaur on horse situation.
It's a real centaur on horse moment. And I cut it off, but right after that clip is, I can't wait to share this clip with Kay.
It's true.
I am so incredibly pleased that our ridiculous recurring memes from this show have leached into other TTRPG
Oh,
productions.
it's everywhere.
They're gifts that keep on giving, really.
And
Horse and the
And-
fox and robot and the chair and the
yes,
All of that.
yes. And last night there was a special guest appearance
I heard
by
about this.
this android who said it'll be fine.
It will be fine.
That's not all. That's not all that was said, though. It's important to note.
That is correct.
We
That's
have
not all that
definitely
was said.
escaped containment.
It
yes.
was very scary
For those
in the
of
middle
you,
of our shit post of a game.
For those of you who don't know, Candace and I met when I played a truly terrifying android on a mothership game.
So good.
Full makeup, and I was I showed up to episode 1, and everyone's like, kill it! No! That is, no, that's the big bad. Kill it right now. And, I broke hearts by the end of it. Like, I had such a great cast that allowed me to be, like, creepy endearing is one of my favorite things to play, but you really need people who will, like, I loved playing, my friend Sweet Rosie B did an incredible Shire one-shot where I was Lobelia. And for those of you who don't know, Lobelia is kind of a flying bee. Like, Lobelia is a jerk. And even in just a one-shot, I got to do a complete, like, character arc where it was like, oh, you started to understand why she's a jerk. I didn't know how many of her family members were going to be in this one-shot, but, like, everyone helped me. So by the end, we had, like, this complete character arc. And everyone was like, you did so good. I'm like, it was not me. It was, y'all, I couldn't have done it without other people. But I got to revise Kai Oh goodness, thank you, Mighty Mur, for the resubscription. Welcome on in. I got to revise Kai in a Starfinder 3-shot, 4-shot,
Mhm.
4-shot.
For us,
Yeah,
You guys, yeah.
6 episodes.
6 episodes. Those episodes flew. Those went
Yeah,
really fast.
Six is kind of the sweet spot I'm finding. It's just long enough to tell a little bit of a story, but not so long that it's daunting to watch.
Exactly. So I got to revise Kai in a Starfinder setting where I was equally as terrifying. And I don't know, I guess they kind of grew on Matt because apparently they're making cameos now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey,
Kai is
Captain
a
Krill,
wonderful
welcome on
character.
in.
And oh hey,
Playing
that's
Fallout.
Yeah, that's Robin, who is
Mhm.
also a little bit a part of the crew playing Fallout. You said.
Uh-oh. We fell down
There
that
was-
rabbit hole real
Yes,
hard
yes.
last night.
There was a whole diatribe last night. But the most important thing that you should know about Robin is
I am a salami boy.
It's true. It's true.
Robin is a salami boy.
Yes.
These sound bites are true bliss, I just hope you know. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad I spoiled myself and picked up a Rodecaster Pro, and
Mhm.
and the ability to just one-click sound bites is
Mhm.
fantastic.
So I know you're recording all of this. When is this? Have I forgotten how to do commands? I have. When is this coming out? When is this awesomeness going to be
We
available for us?
have 3-ish more episodes to record,
Mhm.
and I have some editing to do. But we just got all of our art
Ooh.
by the amazing Andre Rivera Art. If you have not checked out their stuff, highly recommend. You can also catch them playing Planet Zoo sometimes.
Ooh. Those games are so addicting. Don't.
Oh, yeah,
You can't
yeah.
put those in my. I'm already down a Stardew Valley hole. You can't do this to me.
Yeah, so we just got everybody's art, and I got to put the whole crew together to see how everybody looks kind of standing together, and we're gonna get ready to edit that all in and get, so when Candace says, "Hi, my name is," and then the character flies across the screen. We're ready.
Amazing.
We're ready.
And they are cute.
They are adorable.
Oh.
Mhm.
So yes. Can we know the name? Is there a name of it yet, or is this just there is a Starfinder thing that we are
So-
all going to reference and we all have to suffer on the outside until
The name for the campaign is All In for Estia. It's Estea. But that's, I think, as far as I'll go in terms of what's happening. Besides all of the fun clips,
Mhm.
and we have a little bit from everybody because Kay, what do you think is the best plan for getting to ride a horse?
Is this like okay? So first off, am I a centaur?
No.
Okay. Does
Asking
the
important
horse have a
questions.
saddle? Or am I going
not
bareback?
at the moment. It's asleep.
Oh no.
Oh, you wake the horse up first. I'm a
See?
farm kid. You don't
That's fair.
startle a horse.
Thank you,
So-
Kay. You act respectfully. Thank you,
So
Kay.
it started with our lovely Candace having a conversation with the horse, and ended up with
Can I go gaslight the horse into being calm?
Click Clack Snack gaslighting a horse.
Like you do.
Big shout out to Serenity for that one.
Yes, that was wonderful.
Just excellent.
Yeah, no, my farm kid character Burton has like a bent-in rib from where they didn't act respectful around a horse and they got kicked
Yep.
and that rib never quite healed right.
Can I say, I think that Burton and my character would be the best of friends. My
I
character is a sweet baby who's only a little bit bloodthirsty.
Hmm. I need to join another
Only
horror
some
game so I
days.
can torture Burton some more. Like, that's just how it is.
I think what I love the most about Matt is he's really, really S tier at choosing tables. It was my first time ever playing with Serenity or Christian, and like the vibes are immaculate. Like,
Oh, that's great.
immaculate at the table. And Matt is like the perfect foil because when everybody else gets really ridiculous, Matt's like, I wonder what happens if I like poke at that.
Mm.
Yeah, what if
And
I
it just
poke the
gets-
bear?
More ridiculous. Yeah, it's great.
There is definitely like, I spend a lot of time talking about one of the best things you can do as a GM is learn to shut up and get out of your player's way. But at the same time, when your players are getting off the rails or getting too deep in the woods and you've got to pull them back, like finding the best dramatic way. Like, I always say I love playing charismatic characters, either very charismatic or negative charisma. Like Kai was my negative charisma character because with a charismatic character as a dramatic GM, you could be like, so you all plot, like they're getting into the woods, you're like, you all plot late into the night, right? And you just let it go, right? That's fine. But if you're playing like the anti-charismatic character, that's where you get to do, or you're the anti-charismatic GM, that's where you get to do things like, oh, I believe I am their god now. Like, what is the worst thing I could do or
Okay.
say in this moment to just stress everyone out? And as a GM, it's even more powerful.
I have an answer for that. It's I cast Life Bubble.
I ruined all of Matt's plans with a 3rd level spell.
It's okay.
Or was it a 2nd
The-
level?
Those are my
whole-
favorite moments as a GM, though, when someone foils my plans. Like, I am very much not a person that like writes every single step out when I'm
Yeah.
GMing, but I do have like a pretty firm arc, and then I'll have little bits that are like things that I've written to kind of make it flow. And when a player just comes and just drops a brick in the middle of whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm like, oh, the wheels are off now. And then I got to get like really into it. And I think the hardest part about that is when you get too into it and then you like have to regain your table control because you're like, all right, it's cool, but we have stuff we still have to do.
Right.
Let's get back to it, you know?
Again, some of my favorite moments of that, a lot of them have happened in like Dimension 20. 2 examples. One from a long time ago in A Crown of Candy. Brennan had given Murph this homebrew item because he was like the guard, he was the king's guard. And he had this homebrew magic shield that whenever someone in the royal family took damage, he could teleport to them to protect them or to take the damage. They were on ships in a fight. Murph gets thrown overboard in heavy armor, is sinking, has nothing to, like, no way to get out, like, boned. And then Brennan's bad guy attacks the king. And Murph is like, am I within 50 feet? And Brennan's like, yeah, probably. He's like, can I use my reaction to teleport to him to take that? And he's like, you absolute son of a bitch! How dare you use that magic weapon I made for you against me? Yes, you can!
Oh,
And then Zakoyama did something. Oh, Zakoyama in which is not my favorite series, but I'm actually liking Junior Year quite a bit, in Fantasy High. Which, look, high school things are not my thing, so I'm like, it's fine, I'll watch it, I like these. Okay, this season's actually getting good. Because they're spending a lot of time, they're doing stuff I'm into, like, how do gods gain power? How do gods maintain worship? How do gods change? How do the followers change gods? I like that stuff. It's gonna have no impact on Wayheart. No. But Zach plays a barbarian who became interested in being an artificer. A barbarian fisser is not a good class, and how do you make that work, right? And so they were trying to figure it all out, but Zach's character was charmed by a big bad. Hey, Casual Quest Live, thank you for the lurk. Zach's character was charmed and, like, being controlled, and they got to this break where the characters were running away and they're all trying to figure out what to do, and Zach's like, Mistress, should I go all out? Should I rage and attack them? And she's like, yes, rage and kill them. And he's like, great, I rage, and I'm immune to charm and fear when I'm raged. So I come out of it, and Brennan's like,
Yes, but it's beautiful when it happens.
Oh,
It is. It
It
very
Even though
much
your
is.
heart is like,
It is joy because you're like, this is what my players should be doing, right? I'm
Mhm.
playing with great people here.
Yeah.
But it hurts.
well, and
just
there's
a
always that other side too. Like Kay casting life bubble on the party does not mean that anyone else in the ship is safe when
Mhm.
the oxygen turns off.
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
But also,
I mean,
Kai cared
it's
more
not-
about the sentience they were on the ship with than anyone else.
exactly. Exactly. I'm like, if you're the same Kai that was in Dead Planet, those people can rot, frankly.
I did try to say them, but lawful neutral. Wow, Matt is fading
Yes,
into.
my camera has
Ooh.
decided I'm a ghost.
That's amazing.
I don't know. It's like very Daft Punk in here right now. I
There.
don't know. Into it.
You exist again. Nope. The disappearing,
Very striking.
reappearing. Matt.
I will say,
I'm
this
still
level
here,
of
I
mystery
promise.
is not in All In for Estia.
Mm.
This level of mystery does not exist. We're just a bunch of silly creatures trying to make their way in the big sky, trying to get things done. And we've done absolutely nothing. It's been like 4 episodes, I think, already. And we have gotten nothing done, literally.
That's
You
not
have
true.
gaslit a horse.
We
You
gaslit a horse, that's true.
have gaslit a horse. You've talked a bunch of shit. We've
We have talked
uncovered.
a bunch
Shit is
of
the most
shit.
important part.
Yep.
That's true. Lots of high quality shit talk, too. So
We've learned all about salami needs and,
That's true.
and
True.
so much more.
we have finally made our way to a room that matters. We start off the game by just being absolutely devastating individuals. You know that feeling in a game where you're like, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. I'm picking up what's being put down. I get it. And then you get to the end and you did not get it. And you have done something stupid. It's one of those. It's one of
Listen,
those.
sometimes a
Serenity.
bad day turns into a worse day.
That's it right there. Serenity's in the chat like, hey, we walked.
Yeah,
We sure did.
walked.
We did walk.
So, Matt, if it makes you feel any better, the reason I knew about the life bubble trick was because of Emergency Power Podcast. And look, I get to play this game with some freaking incredible performers. And Cooper plays Ponsnarians, who is a literal floating brain. He's a floating brain in a tiny tailored suit. And he has life bubble. So that's why I was like, oh, your friend can get life bubble. I should take that.
Yes.
We went to this desert planet at the end of the last season, and like all this stuff happened, and like there was a chance Pons had to make a choice of like, you can potentially save everyone on this planet, or you can save your original, because Pons is a clone. And it's like, it was a big choice moment. And we do a talk back, an afterburner show after. And we get to it, and I'm like, Adam, did you orchestrate this entire thing just to take life bubble away from Pons? Is that what you did? Was this all a setup for you to do this thing so that Pons would lose access to this one spell? And Adam's like, fuck off, don't talk to me. Hey, Finny Ben, welcome. So yes,
DMs have to get creative too, you know.
Yeah.
It was-
yeah.
Not one-sided.
Adam is a truly incredible GM. If you ever get the chance to play a game with Adam, you should do it. And I'm hoping, I'm going to say this carefully, but everyone on this call and several people in chat will know, I am hoping that Adam will come and manage a restaurant.
Ooh.
Yes, please.
That would
It
be
would be
that would be great.
It would. It would be wonderful.
Adam confided in me. I've always wanted to run a comedy podcast. That's a comedy TTRPG. Like, that's the thing I've always wanted to do. And I'm like, he's so good.
I have just the thing. for
Dear
you.
Adam, I'm right here.
Yes,
Love
we
Yes.
do love
Candace.
Coop. So,
P.S. I will clear my schedule.
I also, did you know, and it is, I consider it D&D canon. It's not necessarily Starfinder canon, but I feel like it should be, that you can wield salami as a bludgeoning weapon.
I mean, I think so.
It's
There's no
still
salami
in the plastic
left.
casing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, not anymore.
I don't know.
Literally in Baldur's Gate, you get salami, and you can either eat it or use it as a bludgeoning weapon.
Really?
Mhm.
I think that would contribute to Atlas talking some shit to Domino though, which is
That's true.
great. It
Okay.
happens all the time. And one
That's
of my
its default setting.
Yes, one of my favorite clips is this moment right here,
Decision acknowledged.
and it's just
Call outs.
so perfect. The number of times that players have just roasted each other is fantastic.
Look, I'm going back to my Starfinder game. Sorry, but I play Soul, who is Candace has met Soul. Soul is a problem. Soul identifies as a natural disaster and a problem, right? Like, even if you see them coming, you're not prepared for what they're bringing, and
They just need to be loved. That's all.
They need a little bit more than that. Like, and long after they've moved on, you'll still be recovering from what happened. Like, they're a problem. And you know, we've talked here before. I have strong opinions on. I love playing Edge Monarchs in TTRPG, but you have to play them correctly. You can't play them like an anime or a movie. And one of the ways to play them that makes them not terrible to play with is to set them up to take the L. And every chance I get, there is no greater joy than when, like, I set them up and I see the glee on the faces of the certain players who were like, oh, it's Riff on Soul time. How are we good? And Richard, those of you who have played with Richard is the prime. Richard will wait and plot and let everyone else get their little digs in. And then Richard in our 5e will come in with the killing blow. And I love it every time.
Yes. I love someone who does just kind of the icing on the cake move.
Yes.
It's very good.
Like, Soul was having a crisis because their colors, at the end of the spoiler alert, at the end of season 3, their colors shifted from gold to silver. Their hair, their tattoos, all of it was silver. And so they, like, corner the teenager that we're with and are like, does the silver make it look old? Does it look like gray? Because I can change it. There's hair dye. And so then everyone kind of starts in on like, no, you look good. You look fine. And it's like, yeah, very dignified. It's like, that's not.
No.
And then in R5E, just completely straight-faced, your appearance resembles that of a typical middle-aged tiefling.
Oh, no. Oh,
It was
that's heartbreaking.
the wonderfully offended sounds I got to make. It was joy. Like,
Yikes.
y'all, there's no greater joy than knowing your character deserves it and setting them up.
And
Do
watching
it.
it
Do
happen,
it when
yep.
you get it. It's so much fun. Don't play characters. Play very serious characters, and then set them up to take the L. Because again, nothing more fun.
Yeah, that's I haven't really played a lot of edgelords. I tend to play more like aw shucks characters sometimes. And I think my most recent edgelord was on Otherworld, and she is just awful. And something happened to her. She's a celebrity. She's very into how she looks, and she gets old suddenly, unexpectedly. And I got to really have the most horrible breakdown in the world. I think that that's the best part about playing edgelords. There are a lot of people who try to play an edgelord and they don't ever come with like the bad side, right? They kind of just justify everything their character does because like that's what my character would do, instead of like really following through on the really horrible decisions that they've made and getting the comeuppance, right? Inviting the dissent. And to me, that just makes such a more interesting story. Being able to kind of open yourself up to that. And take the L, like you said, so to speak.
Absolutely.
I think it's so empowering and so rich. So now I'm trying to like branch out and see what other kinds of characters I can play, because I do like that. I do like inviting chaos. I didn't know that I liked burninating the countryside.
I would say you've played two very different characters in the games we've played.
Yes, I did. Zora does not give any fucks.
But
Waves
Zora,
gives all of the fucks.
Zora is very concerned about what if it got romantic.
That's true.
I witnessed that. Zora,
She's a lover.
Zora created a happy ending. In every sense. In a one-shot we got to play in.
I'm over here like, you know what? I don't play sexy characters. I don't care about romance in games. Garbage. Don't listen to me. I'm full of lies.
Look.
Already in
It's
Estia, it's
not
like
sexy talk.
yeah. Already in Estia, it's like, are we like a polycule, or like that conversation's already happened, and again, we're this much in.
Yeah, what do you call a polycule that gets too big? A starship crew.
That
Accurate.
it's perfect.
And like even in Mothership, we kind of had a moment of like, so are Petty and Kai gonna no, because Nyx, and obviously Nyx was the right choice, but it was like, it could get a little freaky. And I'm over here like,
Mm.
does my robot understand this?
You're gonna say things to me that I want to hear. Let's do it.
Is it
We
going to
need
be in
R&R.
binary though?
It better be. I don't want it if it's not.
But yeah, like playing deeply flawed. Now, here's the thing, playing a deeply flawed character, knowing they are deeply flawed, there is a balance you have to walk, right? Because if they fix it too quickly, it's no good.
Right.
If by the
Oh,
end of
yeah,
the
it
first
can't be a
episode
one and
they're
done.
resolved,
It's flimsy. Mhm.
but you also again have to like you have to be at a table that you trust and trust you. Oh, well, that's broken on mine. Sorry, Jason. Wow. Y'all, I haven't. StreamerBot and I are having a massive fight. So, apologies. It works on David's. I'm going to have to steal David's. I'm sorry.
But you're undertaking a perilous journey to random line 15.
Yeah, random line 15 is the most important random line, I think.
And
in
what
my
happens
personal
if
opinion.
like your party just gets teleported to a random subway line somewhere?
I mean, that sounds like a game we need to run.
Then you really have to hope that you have Google Maps or someone who understands how to read the wire
Oh,
line.
nope. I can't do that.
I have a witch that can read ley lines. Does that count?
That I feel like
It's kind of the
I
same
feel like
thing.
the subway system is a ley line system. No question.
Excellent. I've
Um,
got us. We're good. Don't worry about it.
But yeah,
Perfect.
you have to work with your part because when I brought Soul in, I was like, Adam, I want to bring in a character who's a problem. And I want them to fix over time, right? But I've got these but like even just we're recording the 4th season right now, and there was a reveal about Soul at the end of the prologue episodes, which are out. But there was a reveal about something from Soul's past, and it was brought up, in the actual episodes. And when we finished it, like Richard was like, "Hey, Kay, can you hang out a minute? I want to ask you something." And Richard was like, "So, would you be comfortable if my character like pushed back on the information that Soul gave us? Like, I don't want to cause unnecessary conflict, but I think from where these very different like perspectives, I think that would be cool to explore." And I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. But I've also dealt with people who are like, I don't want inter-party conflict, right? Or I want it like fair. So you have to make sure that you're communicating and that like, and I know I have definitely been guilty of this because I can get super into a character who's really into challenging people, and not everyone has fun with that. And so I have to like
Yeah.
make sure I pull them back around certain people because I don't want the other people to.
But what if you just start off with everybody aiming at everybody else?
Have you
It's
seen
just a
the
big
opening
fight.
of Godplane?
I don't know. I will have to go back out and look. It's been a while since I've watched any tabletop content.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
No, I watch as much as I can, but time is a
Yeah,
thing. Like we
yeah.
all try to show up and support everyone else, and it's also like, ick.
Yeah.
But yeah, Godplane
Matt, how do
opens.
you- I was gonna ask, like, how do you defend against those players who are quote unquote problematic, but also I feel like you might have a clip that speaks to what we were just talking about. So I'm gonna just like hand it back over to Kay to talk about the opening of Godplane in case you wanted to play that.
Oh. I think that's you, Kay. Do you have
Okay,
a clip of
I-
Godplane?
No, you have a clip of this game.
Oh, no, I don't have a clip of
Okay.
the opening scene.
Got it. Okay, I was checking.
Okay.
The opening of Godplane is similar. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Godplane opens with all 4 characters like having come out of an action scene, all like kind of stumbling towards each other over over what appears to be a dead body, and they can't understand each other.
That's fair. So our game opens with Candace, a lovely little otter person, hunting down party members.
I'm there to retrieve them. They don't
Yes.
want to be retrieved.
But
It's great because I'm realizing how much inter-party conflict there is already. Like, it's not like you said, we're 3 episodes in and there's kind of two factions forming, and we'll see how things match up. Try to get a little bit of everybody. Everybody benefits from everybody else.
Yes,
Just trying
David.
to see how.
In Starfinder, you can play an otter person.
They're called
Starfinder.
Brunari.
Starfinder is the TTRPG for furries.
No regrets.
Yeah, you're
Dylan's
not
playing a
wrong.
hot fox person.
Yeah,
Correct,
there's rat
correct.
people, there's fox people, there's otter people, there's obviously
Mhm.
cat people, there's floating brains, there's like 4 different species of insects if you're into that.
Yep.
There's 2 kinds of lizards and dragons, dragon folk.
No
Yeah,
complaints.
there's so many. Like if if you haven't seen if you don't listen to Cosmopunk is a game with our buddy Pan, which is all non-human species, and they're a freaking mess. There's a kobold, there's an otter person, there's I think one of them's a Vesk, and then Adam guests on it as a one-armed dragonborn, who is just the best himbo. He just the best.
Your best Billy.
But yes, I love starting campaigns. David wants us to
Thank
know
you, David.
he is not into
That's important
insects.
information.
That yes, yeah, we got to know that for next
We
time.
were curious.
I have blanked on what I was saying.
That's okay.
Doesn't matter.
It's 'cause we're
Starfinder
having-
for furries.
Yes, Starfinder's for furries, and we're having lively conversations, so it's okay if you
Yes.
forget stuff.
Yes. So, that is not out yet, but it will be, and you should all go follow Matt on Twitter and these other socials. But Matt, I don't know. You said the link isn't live, so I don't know if you want me to.
Oh, it
True.
is now. So I just hit the button
Okay.
Ooh.
So
for a
fresh
thing that I
link.
have been working on.
there, everyone, if you want to see something new, hot off the presses, literally live just now, we are going to talk about Duality now.
That cover art
Yes.
is sick.
Isn't it?
Thank you. I made it myself.
It's great.
Kind of. I made it using some art from Pexels, which if you are a creator, go look at Pexels. Go look at Pixabay. There's so much free art out there. Don't use AI shit. Or pay an artist. Live your life. Do your thing.
Pay an artist or use these things. Don't use AI.
Yeah, yeah, sorry. I know that was in the middle, but yes.
Yeah. Pay your
Um,
artists. Artists are awesome. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, pay your artists. Do it. Pay them extra. They deserve it. If you
It's
think
true.
somebody is too cheap, tip them what you think that art is worth. Do it.
Oh,
I
that
have
one right there, that goes so far.
Yep.
Because sometimes people underprice themselves by quite a lot of money. And if you have it and you donate it and you give it to them to say, hey, I appreciate you, that might correct it for the next time that they go out there and try to offer up what they do.
Yep.
I have an
Absolutely.
incredible artist that I work with who has done now 3 pieces for me. That
Archer?
who? What?
Archer?
Oh no, someone else.
Okay.
Archer is also
Yeah.
awesome. I have an incredible
Also
artist though, that I literally tip them double what they charge because what they charge is so little that I'm like, I'm just gonna double it.
Yeah, sometimes you
Here
have
you
to.
go. Especially because they're
And-
so incredible to work with.
Yeah, and I've actually gotten into that debate a lot lately. Like, pay artists what it's worth, tip them for what it's worth over their asking price, and if you can't afford an artist, say thank you. I can't do that at this time, and go on your way. Don't be rude. Don't tell them they're expensive. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Yep.
art is worth that quality, and you just move on with your life with a polite excuse me.
That's right.
And if you are, again, Pexels, there's all these great places. If you need specific D&D art, go on to Drive-Thru RPG. There is an art section and you can filter by free. And so long as you
Ooh.
credit, there's all sorts of great like line art and like placeholder art and art of items. Do that. It's free.
Yes.
Credit the artist and use it and brag. Tell people I got this here so other people can get that and stop doing AI art and stop like trying to guilt artists into giving them free stuff.
Right. Artists have to live too.
Very true.
Art is hard. I know. I was a working artist. Art is very hard.
I know too, though, a lot of places are starting to look at that stuff as well. Like if you want to submit to an Any Award or the Crit Awards or any kind of like publication, that is absolutely something that will be frowned upon, very much so.
Oh, yes.
So I always get really excited when someone kind of either takes the leap to just try to do the art themselves, or pays an artist or finds something that is free and then credits the person. It really is, for me, I think it just makes for a better community to support one another rather than
It
trying to
really
like take a
does.
shortcut. Yeah.
You know, like Kay has said so many times, we all get better together. Like we all do this thing and grow
Yep.
together.
All boats rise.
Yeah. If
Yep.
I sat here and said, no, my OBS secrets are only mine, like, I wouldn't have half the community. Half the community I have is because I do this talk show. And that's amazing.
That's fair.
Right?
I wouldn't have StreamerBot if you didn't share your secrets.
And Matt literally puts his money where his mouth is. Matt was like, hey, I've learned a lot from your show. I'm tipping you via Ko-fi. Thank you.
Yeah.
And like,
No, that's what life like.
That's beautiful.
So much of this is like people have done cool things or people have given opportunities, and if you have the time to help, do it.
Mhm.
Whatever resource you have, time, money,
Yeah. If you
retweeting, you know, hit that button.
Yeah. If you don't have $5 to spare, it's fine. We've all been there. Like,
Yeah.
there is no shame. Share your knowledge, offer advice, retweet your favorite content creator. Tell them you just go to their page and say, hey, I like your stuff. Yo,
Yes.
Oh,
comments on a YouTube, comments on
Yeah.
Twitter mean everything.
Some days it's like all that's getting you by, like to make more content when you've been hit really hard. Like some
Yeah.
days that's like it, right? That can save somebody's career someday. So definitely,
Quite literally.
it's beautiful.
And oh heck, I had a thought. Gosh, dang it, I had a thought, but hashtag not today.
That's fair.
Really frustrated with myself because I had.
And
Oh, here's a tip for y'all, because everyone on this screen, and I know at least 3 people in chat, we've all had days where we're like, why am I doing this? I don't feel good. That was a bad game, so I feel bad. Is it me, right? One of the best tips that I got a very long time ago is whenever someone says, hey, thank you, Vivian, we like you.
Thank you.
Whenever someone says something, when someone says something nice about your project, about your performance, right? Take a screenshot, crop it down to that, put it in a folder. Put a folder in your Google Drive, put a folder on your desktop, and drop it in. Because someday you're going to be like, I feel real bad. And then you go and look at that and you're like, oh, like a person whom I respect the heck out of, who works in TTRPG full time as their job, complimented a thing I wrote, and it's like, nothing has grabbed me like this thing in a very long time. And that was like, holy cats.
Yeah.
But like 6 months later, unless I opened that folder, I would have absolutely forgotten that they said that.
True.
Right? So do
Very
that,
real talk.
because you never know, A, you never know when you're going to need it, and B, sooner or later, someone's going to be like, hey, we've got an opportunity for you to be on this show, or you've got to throw together a pitch deck, and I need a quote. Like, give me a quote of someone saying something nice about you, cool about your stuff, and you're like, I have to go ask someone, and that's embarrassing. No, then you've got a folder full of quotes, and you can say like, hey, you said this, can I use this?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. And one of the biggest pieces I got, because I had that moment right before PAX Unplugged last year when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not putting out content enough. You know, I'm not making it in the tabletop space. And one of my friends was sitting in the room and was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, look at the stuff that you're creating. Go back and look at the people that you're talking to and who you're hanging out with and who you made an impression on. Like, go sit down right now and be happy about yourself.
Yeah, having friends who will check you. Like, check you when
We
you're
all need to
when
be
you're
bossed
being,
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you need friends that will check you when you are being too hard on yourself. You need friends who will check you when you are not in the right. And you have to be a good enough friend and a mature enough person to listen to them.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
That last part though.
It's real
It's
hard.
critical.
It's hard, but it's definitely critical. It's
Absolutely.
it's like the most important thing you can do.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So now that we have wandered off topic, we need to get back to Duality. So we
Okay.
talked about this really cool cover. Matt, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
So, all right. Last year, I pitched an idea to Kay, and I was like, "What if we ran a Diablo-style game where you had a day job and then you logged in at night?" And it didn't pan out, and I'm glad it didn't, because as I sat working, I'm like, you know, do I want that? Is that what I want it to look like? And I'm like, God, it's really boring to go and sit and say, I just got off my day job for real life. Let me go play a game about having a day job. So
unless your
instead,
day job is a restaurant.
that's fair. That's fair. So instead, I started focusing on what I wanted out of that. And going between two worlds was the biggest thing for me.
Mm.
I have always wanted to take my high fantasy magic character and stuff them into a cyberpunk world and just see what happens. So that's where Duality is from. It is a 2d6 system. It is level free, so you get that's called growth points at the end of every successful mission, and you spend those points as you see fit to make your character exactly what you want it to be. Now there are some more costly pieces. It does use a 3 exertion system, similar to Pathfinder 2e's 3 action system. And we have I think 20-page module that, I definitely didn't just finish writing yesterday.
Those don't happen.
Yeah, no, not at all. I
Never.
wasn't like, I'm going to do this for Tuesday. I can do that. But yeah, so there is a 20-page miniature playtest where you can see some of the archetypes that we have for cyberpunk, as well as some of the archetypes that we have for the fantasy setting, as well as the base rules and a mini adventure to go through.
And I know you've been cut me off if you want me to not say I know you've been playtesting this for a while, and I've had some stuff going on, so I haven't been able to, which I've been kicking myself for. But I know someone else here has playtested it.
I
Oh,
had a mediation the day of my playtest that went late into the night because it was very intense but really beautiful. And I actually had to reschedule my playtest. But yes, I am a playtester. And
That
if
is
you,
true.
K Dampier, would like to playtest at the same time as moi, that would be just the tops.
I don't know that I can playtest as you, because I don't
No,
think
no,
I can be magnificent enough to be Candace.
Candace the
Please, Kay.
Adventurer.
K, please. But no, alongside with me, we can playtest together by the power of Grayskull and have a really good time hanging out with Matt.
Yeah, and for anybody that's thinking about playing, character creation takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and that is including higher powered characters.
Mm.
And I think the winner for me is most combat lasts about 4 rounds, and we capped out with 11 creatures involved in combat, including the party, at 40 minutes. And really that's the goal. I want something that is story based, highly descriptive, and you're not spending 45 minutes in 3 turns of decision paralysis, analysis paralysis. There we go. And yeah, just having fun. Like, who doesn't want to mix and match worlds? Like, I really want everyone to play. Of course, I want everyone to play. And we tried to make it as easy as possible, and I think it is, but a tabletop game is only as good as it is in someone else's hands. So that's why we're testing out what happens if I'm not in the chair, what happens if I can't answer the questions about the system, to see how people are enjoying it.
And in case y'all don't know, game balance is hard. Game balance
Yeah.
is real hard.
Yeah,
I
one
think
of the
there are a lot of people who don't do that step before they release their products and their items. Like, you can tell when you look at kind of the organization of the book, or you look at like part of the layout of the book. It doesn't have like a natural flow for someone else to take the wheel. It very much feels like the person just kind of thought about it from their perspective and were like, I think this is what's important, and then put it in the book, right? Without any kind of feedback whatsoever. Having judged
Feel
the Ennies,
attacked right
I've looked at so many books that I just couldn't puzzle and couldn't parse out. Like, we're talking 60 pages in, you're telling me which dice to roll, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
so,
Vampire.
like it's awesome that
Vampire the
you are.
Masquerade.
Boom. It's so important that that's something that you're prioritizing. I feel like more people need to think about it as an accessibility issue, because like if you're dyslexic, you're not getting that far into that book, right? It's going to be
Yep.
murder for you to get through there. So like making sure that you have that kind of conciseness right up front is so important. So I love that you're already doing playtests outside of I'm an expert in this and I'm running this game to, hey, you've played this game once or twice, you
Yeah.
run it.
Yeah, no, and
That's
one of the
awesome.
biggest things I've learned about myself is I am not someone that I would consider a stellar teacher, because I skip steps in the middle where I'm like, I know the process is, these 15 steps, but I'm only going to talk about 1, 5, and 9 because that's what I need to pay attention to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to understand
so
the logic between.
Right. And yeah, I don't want anything crazily long. Like, I think the entire book I have so far, including the module that I just wrote, is 44 pages. That's every rule you need to run the game as it stands right now.
Hey, thank you for the follow, Casual Quest. And Rex says, I can confirm character creation is easy and combat is fast.
Yeah, Rex has taken part in almost every playtest.
Rex is incredible.
True supporter.
And a force. Yes.
Absolutely.
Rex
True
is
support.
the best. Invite Rex to your games.
To everything.
He will be
y'all.
absolutely in character.
Yep. And get
Yeah.
Rex as your con buddy as well.
Yes.
Rex is #1 best con buddy.
#1 best con buddy, also plays a rad luchador.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, it just got very loud. I'll turn it back down.
Music is taking over.
I got excited.
This song is very finicky. I went through and I balanced all the music, so it should stay the same, but it's definitely. Audio's hard.
yeah.
I'm
y'all.
gonna go ahead and just warn y'all that there's some kind of, obviously I live in Florida, unfortunately, and there's some kind of bug in my house. I do not know which kind of bug it is. It is larger than I would like. If I dash off screen or do something ridiculous, that's why.
Good to know.
Just so you're aware.
Okay.
It might be a June bug. If so, I'll be fine. But if it is a wasp of some sort,
Oh yeah,
We're gonna
no,
have to
run,
shut
I
it down.
understand. Yep.
Wasps are a
it'll be funny at the very least. So
Just don't take your computer with you.
I mean,
no, I
that
won't.
looks
I mean,
to be
I
a
might
wired-
because I'll probably
yeah,
forget
wired
about my wired headphones.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yep.
Like you go, the head stays, the feet
Ugh.
go,
Yeah.
then we see the camera go.
Yeah.
I do not
Just
want
in
that
case
for you.
that happens,
I do
I
not
am
want that
wearing
for you.
I am wearing short shorts under this top. So if you see bare legs, don't get scared. I'm wearing short shorts
get
and
excited,
a very
David.
large, oversized shirt, so everyone can stay calm. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Perfect.
interrupt. I just feel like, first of all, if I'm going to be David, I got to have non sequiturs, and second of all, I got to tell you that this bug is out for me.
It's not a talk show without at least a 45-second rant.
We
Oh
get,
my
yeah,
god.
absolutely.
This wouldn't even be the first time this happened to me. I played an entire Juneteenth game for 5 hours with a dragonfly under my desk and 2 cats trying to get it. It was a fucking nightmare. Arguably one of the worst things that's ever happened to me on screen.
So I have to ask, are people, so I like everyone else, I watched the D&D movie. Are people really afraid of dragonflies? Like, are you afraid of a dragonfly?
It's not that I'm like afraid. I don't see it and go, the stuff of nightmares. Like, no. But they're like stupid, so they don't always know like about personal space. So you'll just be sitting there minding your business and it'll be like, and you're like, guy, calm down, please. Like it'll start going this way and then just come back around and like doink you right in your head. Like they're
Okay.
they're erratic.
Okay.
If they could be chill, I'd be like, you're so beautiful. I love looking at you in art and pinned up in bug collectors boards. Terrible things like that. I love that. It's beautiful. You're gorgeous. But also, you almost flew in my mouth, so we're not friends.
That's fair. Yeah,
Gotta
again,
get consent.
Yeah.
country kid, grew up in Texas. So there's like there are bugs. There are bugs that I respect. There are bugs that have landing gear that come for you.
Yeah.
And then like most everything else, I'm like, okay, but why are you afraid? Like,
Do you feel that way about grasshoppers and crickets?
they're fine.
Yeah, see? No. Unpredictable.
I just,
No.
as long as they're not in my house. We got one stuck in the garage for like 2
Oh, they're
weeks.
so loud.
Oh
Nope.
my god, it was so
They're
loud.
so fucking
Oh
loud.
no.
Yeah.
See, if there's a bug in my house, that's the best thing that can happen because it entertains Gilmore.
That's
Gilmore
true.
goes to hunt it, and I'm like, thank the gods I can get some work done.
Yeah. Well, that was the problem when I had the dragonfly issue, because there were actually not one but 2 dragonflies in my house. I don't know how or why, but 2 dragonflies were in my home. So one cat, the void cat Momo, she decimated it, just laid waste to its entire village. Guts were places, wings were torn off. I was like, this is basically a Saw movie. I don't know why you do that. And then I thought I was safe. And then it was like 2 in the morning, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and a dragonfly smacked into my face, and I woke the entire house up. So then everyone was in trouble for not telling me that the dragonfly was afoot.
Dragonflies are, in fact, the friendliest of all the flies and large bugs.
Well, that's why Jason likes them, because
That was Jason.
they're friendly.
Yes.
That's
Mhm,
fair.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, so I live in New York, and we have lantern flies now, which are like these moths that are very boring on the top. They're just like gray. And then they lift up their wings, and the undersides, there's like this bright red splash, and they're really pretty, except they're invasive. And every scientist is like, kill them! Kill them! Don't let them get any
Yeah.
further. Please kill
no.
them. If you see them on the
Violence.
sidewalk, step on them. They
Oh,
are a
yeah.
problem. Right? So I do my cicadas are a nightmare when the big broods come out. If they get into your house, they start chittering incessantly. Truly awful. Yes, and this is the bloom. This
Hard
year
pass.
we've got 2 of the biggest blooms that are happening. This has not
Yes.
happened since the late 1800s. It is going to be the biggest one. So
I will be
good luck,
inside my
everyone.
house.
Good luck,
That-
everyone who's in those areas.
Yep. Nope.
No.
I'm going to be inside the house. The windows are going to be
Correct.
shut and the air is going to be on. That's it.
That's it.
I'm done. I don't want any
Period.
part of that.
No.
But my apartment, I am on the 8th floor. I am high up. I am not on ground level. It was warm. My balcony door was open. Gilmore comes walking in with a lanternfly. in his
No,
little mouth.
Gilmore.
And I'm like, good job, buddy. Right? Like, and I squashed it to make sure it was dead because we can't let it get out there.
No, you
right?
got to double tap.
Right.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I mean, it was still alive. He wanted to bring it inside so it would like, and so I'm like, no, okay, it's dead. You can play with it if you want. And he was like, this is boring. Turns around, goes out, brings in another lanternfly.
Gilmore.
He brought in 8 lanternflies in one day.
God.
I don't know how. Like,
You
I
gotta call
walked
the
up there and I'm
news.
like, where?
My cat is the expert.
It's
Hire-
because he
Hire
he has
Gilmore.
expert chittering. I bet you anything. He has expert chittering. And those fucking lantern flies are like, what's that? A call from beyond? I shall answer it. Right into his
Ow.
mouth. Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yeah,
how.
you got to call the news. You got to let people know. He is single-handedly.
He is
doing
our
what the
savior,
scientists are
right?
asking
He
for.
is
Yes.
the best.
Yeah, he needs like a little poster that says hope, and it's his face
He may
looking
be,
off into the distance.
he
with
may
his
be
little
Gil
fangs.
Moore, but he does the Gil most.
Yes, he does.
Perfect. Absolutely. That's his,
God damn,
that's
Gilmore.
his slogan now.
Oh, sweet baby. Well, that just means you have to let him alight on your shoulder whenever he wants,
Do
no
you
matter
think-
what.
Today, I bent over to pick something up, and he was like, and I live on your back now. And I had to stay bent over. And I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I need to stretch my hams and my calves anyway.
Yeah, but aren't you
So-
working on being a wizened old mage anyway? Like,
Yeah,
that's for
I mean,
step one.
Look, one of my goals in life is to be the cat lady from The Simpsons and just like, and hurling cats at people I don't like. So, teaching cats to balance on my back, it's a good thing.
Hmm. I agree.
That's fair.
Fantastic.
Oh. Yeah, see, the worst thing I have to deal with is the pigeons that sit outside the parking garage.
Mm.
And they frequently dive bomb the people that walk out.
No.
Yeah, no, they want your morning coffee and your morning bagel. They
Ah.
That's
they
not
will
the
do
way.
everything in their power to get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's ruthless.
That's when you need to befriend the crows, because then the
we're
crows will
working
keep
on
the
it.
pigeons in check.
We're working on it. We started. Well, I can't say we. Colleen started putting peanuts out, and I saw for the size of the bird, I saw the most horrifying thing yesterday, where a blue jay swallowed whole two full peanuts
Mm-hmm.
and then put a third in its mouth and flew off.
So, blue jays are a menace. case you don't know.
Blue Jay doing the damn thing.
Yeah, but also like the size of the peanut to the size of the bird ratio.
What
that
I'm
is,
saying
it's
is,
not computing.
bluebirds are a menace. They will attack you. They will attack your dog. They will attack your cow. They will attack your mom's cow. Like, blue jays are a menace.
That's fair.
But if you want to befriend the crows faster, hard-boiled eggs, or don't do this very often because it is junk food and you shouldn't, but they will learn your location very quickly. Give them either hot dogs or bologna. Like, it's junk food, so don't let them live off it. They like that.
Okay.
They'll also eat apples once they get to know you. My favorite, sorry y'all, I'm a crow nerd. I had a
Corvid
murder.
tips.
I had a murder of crows who were my besties when I lived in LA, and I had to leave them, and I'm very sad still, and I hope they remember me.
That's adorable.
But someone I know had, again, a murder of crows, and she would feed them apples. She'd like cut up apples and put out apple slices. And she was in a hurry one day, and she just like put an apple out, just a whole apple, and came back, and it like there was like a little peck mark taken out of it, and then like some trash. And she's like,
Damn.
rude, crows.
That's cold.
But then she looked and she realized it wasn't trash, it was a plastic knife.
Stop it.
They were like, cut it.
Those babies.
Cut it.
You're gonna
Those
learn for next
babies.
time.
I
You
love
will
it.
cut it for us. But yeah, David knows. I would send David pictures where I'd be, my old apartment where my murder was, my desk was here, I had a window here, and then the top of the neighbor's roof was just kind of like right there, and they'd hang out on that roof. And so I'd just be like doing my thing, working, and then I'd see moving out of the corner of my eye, I'd look up, and there were like 3 crows, like, rinse due. Give us those peanuts. But yes, befriend your local corvids. They're wonderful.
Yes.
I don't
They're
appreciate birds that dive bomb. I don't like that. I
No,
used to
the-
have
the
one that would
pigeons-
stalk me at my job.
The
Dangerous.
pigeons, I can't do it. I can't do it because like they'll dive bomb you, they'll poop on you. No, that's not
Can
how
you
I want
bribe
to start
them?
my morning.
Are they bribable?
I haven't tried. So my trick is I wait until there's like 3 other people walking out, and then
You use them as
let
cover?
Yeah, I let them go first, and then I quickly walk out and around,
Yeah.
and then it's not my problem.
I mean, that's a solid plan.
Yeah, I mean I got to keep myself safe. But the
It's true.
pigeons are gonna get me.
Can't
What if
sleep,
you don't have
pigeons will get
food?
me.
Do
Doesn't
they
matter.
get you just like
Doesn't
on
matter.
principle?
No,
Right,
they're
still
just
on site?
like, I'm sure you've got it.
Yeah, I mean I always have coffee. I can't not have coffee. I don't know if I'll survive if I don't have coffee for work.
Yeah, but they're just gonna be worse if they get the coffee.
That's fair.
Ornerier and poopier if they get the coffee.
Also,
No, thank you.
do you know that you can train crows to bring you money?
Yes,
But-
but if you do,
They're rob
you are
people.
training crows to rob
They
people.
rob people and give
I mean,
money
is that
to
against
people
the
they
law?
like. No,
No.
but
So BRB writing that down for my next TTRPG character. Crow
Yeah.
lady.
Mhm. I'll bet you could do a swarm ranger with crows.
Oh
I'll bet
my
I'll bet
God,
a GM
Kay.
could allow it.
Don't steal this, you guys. Don't steal it. Make your own crow lady. This crow lady is mine.
Well, in see, it could be even more fun because I think in both Pathfinder and D&D, there is the Kinku, who are crow
Yeah.
people. So you could be a crow lady with crows.
Minions. Okay. It's funny. I actually have a TTRPG coming up that is a Dungeons and Dragons game, and I was like, "What are you gonna make? Are you just gonna use somebody that you already have?" I was like, "I'm using somebody I already have. It's gonna be a good time." But now I'm like, "No,
It's gonna be a crow.
Kenku,
So-
Kenku, Swarm Master, yes."
So make sure you talk to your GM because so you can just do an Aarakocra that's like flavored as a crow. Kinkus
Yeah.
are very specifically they are black and feathered, but they have no voice, so you have to do impressions. Now,
I like
a
that.
lot of GMs will like bend that rule, but I was playtesting a thing, and I think you were there. I played a baby Kinku that got lost,
I do believe I was there.
And so do I have it here? It might be my other notebook. So I knew I was playing this baby Kinku, and I was prepared to just do mimicry. It's in my other notebook, heck. I was prepared to just do mimicry the whole time. And so I had a blank sheet of paper, and I would just write down what people said, and then who said it, so I could remember what voice to do it in. And I got to spend the entire playtest mimicking my players, and then finding, like, what, again, I like small chaos. I also like big chaos, but I like small chaos. So it's like, okay, so if they're saying this, what phrase, what sentence do I have that I can have the Kinku say that will interact with this moment? And it's just very fun. It's just very fun.
I love that.
Thank you for hanging out, Ribbananza. Sorry about your internet. But yes, okay, we are nearing the end of our time together, which is very sad. This has gone very quickly.
It has.
But chat, do you have Matt, a lot of what you've told us about is just a cruel tease.
Yes.
Just a very
if I have
cruel
learned
tease.
anything from being a GM, it's that I have to end a stream on a cliffhanger. You have to come back to me for more. But if you don't like that, you can tell me in the feedback form. There is a feedback form for Duality. We would love to hear from all of you who pick up the game and let us know what you think. And please be honest. Our first playtest started with my friend staring me in the face and saying, "What the fuck are you talking about? This is nothing like what you said." And that's just how it goes.
What are your influences as like the TLDR of your game? How would you sum it up as far as your inspo?
Oh god, there's a whole bunch. So
Give it
obviously
to me.
the 3-action system from Pathfinder.
Which is
It's just so good. Point by system, I like to credit Wild Talents. I fucking love Wild Talents. It's a D10 system, and I'm going to find a group to run it for one day. I'm going to. And then 13th Age has a feature called One Unique Thing. So in this, you get a unique feature, which is physical or non-physical. And it's something that can provide an overall boon to your characters. Like one of the examples in the main book is called Cloven Hooves, where while you're walking, you're pretty normal. But when you're running and in combat, you get a bonus to how much you can move. So little bumps and things that can make your character better.
Oh, Rex is asking, how does the world shift work and why would you want to?
So
I got to hear part of this feedback.
yes, and this was a big thing. So it started with, because why not? Why wouldn't you want to go to both worlds? And that's when we introduced the disparity mechanic. So characters have access to things called resource points, which you can use to do big things, like big attacks where you roll damage, or, you know, you can naysay something that happens, increase the quality of your result. And as a side note, that gives that resource point to your GM, and they can do fun things.
Slippery slope.
Yeah, that's it. So what happens is, as you spend points in one world, you are using your influence over that world, so you become slightly weaker, but slightly stronger in the other world. There is always an opportunity to cross over. There are also some things where it could be more threatening in one world than the other. So as a little baby spoiler for our module, there is a part where you could override a security system. You could do that. Or you could go to the other world where security systems don't exist and just go through.
I'm feeling a lot of Chrono Trigger or heck, what was the spiritual successor? Where you moved, it was 2 alternate timelines. Sans something. Gosh, dang it.
Undertale?
No. It was a desert.
I hear Sans and I'm like,
no,
Undertale.
sand, like I don't like sand. It's
Oh.
gritty. It gets everywhere.
Sand
It's
is
not soft.
That's
Um,
probably fair. Like I have played so much Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. I love video game RPG. Um, and it all started with Legend of Dragoon. And if you haven't played Legend of Dragoon, please go do it. It's so good. It's so you could be a dragon knight, and it was one of the first games, one of the first RPGs to put in button triggers when you make an attack. It's for the
mm,
PlayStation 1. They just re-released it digitally for PS4 and PS5. It's like $10. You won't regret it.
I haven't played any of those video games.
I
oh, Chrono Trigger is literally one of the best games ever made.
yeah, and it's free on mobile. Just saying.
Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
It's old school. It's pixel art. It was a game that literally destroyed me. Like it was so good.
Oh, that sounds important.
It is, and you'll meet Frog and Robo.
Oh, Frog is and get cross slash.
Mm.
Ooh.
The game I was just talking about is The Legend of Dragoon.
Okay.
Sorry, Jason asked in chat.
I'm gonna write
So-
it down too, even though I live with that person.
That's fair. I think one of the biggest mechanics and one of the most, I'm going to say, controversial mechanics. Is it the game Jason just brought up? Secret
No,
of Mana?
Radiant Historia is the name of it.
Oh, I don't know that.
It is a Chrono Trigger. It is one of the few games that I personally feel lived up to Chrono Trigger. I didn't think Chrono Cross even lived up to Chrono Trigger. Like Chrono Cross was garbage. Get it out of here.
All right.
Spiciest of takes.
So, and in terms of spicy takes, this is one of the biggest things in the game, and I would love feedback for it. I don't think monsters need giant HP pools. So in the game, it is a fail forward system. If you say you're doing a thing, you do the thing. There could be a consequence. That does not mean you don't do the thing. You are a hero and you do the goddamn thing. You're good at it. That's why you are out here. But because you are going to hit, an enemy is going to hit you, everybody deals 1 damage. It's just 1. That's it. You have boss level monsters that have 9 or more health, and you could, through some of the mechanics in the game, roll dice to deal damage, but your basic attack is 1, just 1, and that's okay.
But yes,
Very into that.
go play that. Go check it out. Again, combat moves very quickly, I am told, and
Yes.
is satisfying because you're not spending forever going, hold on, I have to roll 60-10. Count this up. Wait, how do math? Panic math on the spot.
Yep.
Oh, why are you calling me out?
I'm calling myself out. Are you kidding?
Every
Yeah,
time I
so-
play D&D, I'm like D&D Beyond or Fingers. I choose D&D Beyond.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, Radiant Historia. The way it is set up, which is the reason it makes me like this, is there are 2 alternate timelines, and you jump between the 2 of them, and you have to die and fail at certain points in a timeline
Ooh,
to continue in the other.
I like that.
Those hurt me a little bit, but I if I die, I feel like I screwed something up.
Like, that's the point of this, is the whole world is dying. And, like, your job as the hero, like, the whole world is turning to a desert. And they're like,
That's fair.
you have been, like, touched by the fates to try and fix it. So they're like, if you die, we're just gonna pull you into the other timeline. Like, it's not your bad. This is just the way the world is.
Okay. That's less bad.
Like, there are points where you can die in a random encounter, and that sucks. But there are moments, and it's also not framed as, like, you failed at the boss. Like, it was like, oh no, I have been thrown into this fight that I cannot win. Oh no, okay, I just woke up in the other world. Okay. That was supposed to happen. Okay.
Okay.
Matt, have you played Hades?
Yes. Or all right. So Hades, I got all the way through once, and I
Mhm.
put the game down. I
Okay.
can't do it.
It hurts you.
Yes. It's
For me, I bring it up because that is a game that cured me of my if I die, I feel bad. It has not cured me of that in other games,
and that's the thing. Like
but it
I
cures me
could-
of that in that game.
Yeah, like I will pick up Hades and do a few runs. I'm not gonna lie, I have God mode turned on, so when I die, I get stronger. Like it's perfect. But something about dying is just like, and it's probably a tabletop thing. Something about dying means it's time for something new.
Mm.
And if I don't have that new character, what am I doing?
Yeah, I can understand that. I think what keeps me going in that game is being rewarded with more lore. The more I die, the more I start to remember, and the more familiar things become, and that excites me. I can't do roguelikes or roguelites that don't have that mechanic. Like I tried
Okay.
playing Hollow Knight, and I was just like, I will destroy this remote control. Like, I just like
Have you played Rogue Legacy?
no.
Okay.
I will also say, and I kind of want to run this now just as a test for you, Matt. There is an idea that someone who we will not mention because of reasons, but there was an idea that someone put into my brain of you have your party, everyone's together, and you go through and, like, first big boss, just hammer a character and make sure they die. And then at the end of the, like, right before the end of the fight, the character wakes up and gets to do the final blow, potentially, right? And don't
That's
explain it.
Great.
Don't explain it. Like, not even the character knows why, right?
Oh,
but
God.
it, and there's reasons, and like the reasons for this all evolve, and it appear. But like, you know, that moment of like, what do you mean? I just failed my 3 death saves. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go bop the boss?
Hey, I have to tell you, that's a real good way to get me to pester you incessantly.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dylan was actually just posting something about that. He had mentioned that they had never experienced
I
character
saw
death.
that.
Yeah. So in the first 5 minutes of the game, right in the opening of the session, just gone.
It's
I
hardcore.
I had a character who I tried really hard. I've actually had several characters that I've tried to give heroic deaths to, Burton being one, and they just live. They just live. But I had a game where I was playing Brandon, who is my T-Fork, half tiefling, half orc, who's just the biggest himbo. Like, he's just like great. And like, some stuff was going down, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this. And the GM's like, wait.
You sure?
And like, pulls me aside and is like, if you do this, there's a really good chance this character's gonna die. And I'm like, yeah, it's like the end of this thing. Like, if they die heroically, great. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, look, if this was episode 2, it would suck. But it's the end. If they die, great, they went out a hero. If not, cool, I get to keep playing. Like, there's no losing here.
You're
yeah.
advancing the plot.
I have, Kai also died, but was an android, so could be repaired.
It was beautiful. It was honestly one of the worst death scenes I think I've ever been a part of in my life.
Well, that was not their first death.
It wasn't, but I'm saying their final death, the first death was alarming, to say the least. It didn't exactly make things easier for anyone involved. But the final death was like a farewell to arms or something, man. It was heavy. It was heavy and pretty and lovely, and everyone cried. It was good.
I will never forget, like, your character's like, we got stacks, let's go. And I'm like, I do not have a stack. I am an android. And the look on your face as you realized I was the only one who could actually die in this moment.
Wrecked.
Oh.
Wrecked. Because I was like, yeah, the android, the android could take the hit, no problem. Kai's like, I will protect my squishy humans. And we're like, no, okay, great. We'll see you in the Jeep. And Kai's like, I will never see you again. And I'm like,
What do you mean?
It was bad. It was bad.
No.
We almost died because Kai died. We lingered. And
I
it was a
kept
countdown.
going, go, go, go. And then when it became clear, I fucking pulled a grenade.
Yeah,
Multiple
it was
grenades,
rough.
dropped them, and right before I dropped the message, my creator was like, "This is my mission."
Oh,
It's great.
And that's how you end up with Kai clones.
oh my god. That's what I'm saying. It's that kind of shit, right? That makes it important for you to come back in other people's games. Kay, you don't understand. I'm in this game last night. I'm minding my own business, having a miserable night. Okay, having a miserable night. I get into this game. I'm like, I'm gonna be low energy, you guys. I'm gonna fucking suck all night. I'm gonna be the worst. I'm gonna be terrible. Total waste of time. You should even invite me to this table tonight. I'm so garbage. And then I end up having a pretty okay time. And then Matt's like, you hear a cold android voice over the loudspeaker. I'm Kai. I was like,
Yep.
what?
Yeah.
What
Just
is
turn around and all you hear over the loudspeaker is, "This may be distressing."
Nobody else knew. I'm like searching everyone's face, like someone share this with me. Matt's poker face is too good. Does anyone else know? Nobody knew. So then I put it in the chat and I was like, Matthew, is this a purple-haired android? And Matt was like, yes, the
Yes, it
android does
is.
have purple hair. And I was like, that looks really.
I'm so mad. I have Kai's visor somewhere, but I can't find it. I was like, I'm just gonna pop up with a visor on and watch. Nope. Nope. I'm not that
Yeah.
magical today.
We
It's
gotta
great,
get
though.
Nyx, Kai, and Petty on another mission. That would be exceptional.
So good. He's
How
so
do they
good.
feel about crossing a world or two?
Yes.
You know who else we need to get in our 5e? Who's Richard's android?
Ooh. Yes. I would like to see both of them together very much.
Oh yes. In our 5e and Kai would be hilarious together. But okay. That is our time.
making notes,
Thank
you're
you
making notes.
both so heckin' much. Thank you so much to our incredible co-host Candace the Magnificent. If you are not already, their link tree is in chat. Go follow them on all of the places if you have not already. Matt, thank you so much for coming on and telling us all
Yeah.
about what all you are up to. You're doing great things. If you are not following Matt, there is Matt on Twitter and there is Duality TTRPG on Twitter. Go check it out. I can't wait to play test it. Matt, if people are looking to play test, how do they do
If people
this?
are interested in play testing,
Mhm.
you can, of course, download a copy for yourself. It's available on our website. It is free, and you can run a mini adventure, or shoot me a message on Twitter. Find me on Discord as @Mimics and Misfits. If you're in Kay's community, I'm sure we have already chatted. If not, I am @Mimics and Misfits literally everywhere. Please tell me you want to play a game. Let me run a game for you. Let me do a fun thing. And I mean, if you're looking for a fun player, I can also do some chaotic things.
And again, if you do download and you do playtest, even if you only read it through, go to that feedback form and leave that feedback. It is so needed, it is so necessary, and it's as a fellow creator, I know it is very appreciated. So give your feedback. And yes, so Matt, we can find you on Twitter. We've got the Duality website. Anything else you want to plug or tell us as we get ready to wander away and Gilmore comes to harass me again?
Brains. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find us on the Mimics and Misfits website, which is just www.mimicsandmisfits.com. And live your life. Pay your artist. Tell your friends you love what they're doing, and just be nice. Just do it. It's not that hard.
It's true.
Absolutely. Candace, you are doing all of the things. We have your link tree in chat. That's where we can find you. Like, where specifically can we find you? What are you up to? And why are you so magnificent?
I'm magnificent because I drink the blood of children.
Hmm?
And you can find me at the Candace Marie on Twitter and Blue Sky, at Candace Magnificent everywhere else. You can hear me in Bloom and Blight and Otherworld Hollywood, which are 2 podcasts, APs. Wherever you catch your pods, you will hear me in the upcoming frequencies and catch me in the upcoming All In for Estia, which are both just extraordinary. Very similar casts, not exactly the same, but one is super dark and depressing, and one is really funny and ridiculous. You can also see me every other Saturday over on Matihi's channel in What We Do in the Shallows, which is an original 5e queer horror campaign. And I guess I should talk about the stuff that's coming up. Can I talk about the things? I'm allowed to, right? I can like say that there's things that
Oh
I'm
yeah.
doing.
Oh,
It's
like
gonna be
yeah.
on
Oh
here.
yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So 2 Saturdays from now, actually, I am doing something else. This Saturday is 420, which is a holiday, and if you celebrate, come and celebrate with me. In the evening time, I will be singing songs about the holiday that are appropriate, and just generally having a good time and trash talking. So come on by, see me play my ukulele, and entertain you. I'll have cool visuals in case you're celebrating in a real way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following Saturday, you can come on back to Chaotic Wholesome for a one-shot of Alone in the Deep. We're doing some Mothership. I'm going to be your fantastic warden. Hopefully fantastic. It's my first time running that
You're gonna
system.
do great.
It's gonna be amazing.
Thank you. You'll also see me on May the 4th over at Telltale Hearts RPG doing some Star Wars. I got my table assignment while I was on this call, and I would like to give myself a sparkle that I did not just scream. In June, you'll be able to see me here on Chaotic Wholesome, running Magnificent Pride and Magnificent Juneteenth with some special guests.
I am so excited.
It's gonna be real good.
Gonna be real good.
I'm trying my little heart out, y'all. I'm trying.
I need y'all to know we got into the Mothership session 0, and I'm like, so am I banned from playing an android?
No, Kay, you can be as much of a menace as you want.
And
This is not a menace-free zone.
we approve of menaces. And hi, I am Kay. I have been your co-host for this. You can find me here every Tuesday doing this. Normally, David and I stream every Thursday and Friday doing Baldur's Gate 3. However, David is moving and my life is bananas. So, maybe streaming Friday. David might be. I don't think he is. Wait, is this Friday when I'm recording? Yo, what is time? What is space? What is today?
Accurate.
I will not be streaming Friday because I've got to do a thing. Thursday is a maybe. We're maybe starting late. I've got a gajillion things that are coming up soon. So, NDA Life can't talk about most of that yet. However, we are, like Candace said, plotting a Mothership and some awesome stuff in June. And if you are a podcast consumer, now is a great time to catch up on the Emergency Power podcast because we are just starting season 4. It's not going to be coming out for a while because we got to edit it all. But catch up. The epilogue and the prologues are really, really good. And Adam made me cry because he's a jerk, and we love him. So, thank you all so much. We are going to go raid Vanna, who's doing some just chatting and raising money for Palestine, I do believe. Thank you all for hanging out. Remember, be kind to yourself, be excellent to others, and we will see you next time. Candace, thank you so much for hosting. You're the best.
Anytime.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Okay, we are off. I am starting the raid.
Yay, we did it!
We did the thing! Thank you both so much.
You're
I hope I
welcome.
wasn't awkward.
You were-
Both
I
of you were
remember
great.
Wonderful.
nothing that just happened.
Total blackout. Same. I
Okay.
forgot to talk about Star Trek.
That's okay. We talked about Starfinder, and I feel
That's
like
true.
that's pretty heckin' close. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, watching Star Trek Prodigy, I'm like, this is Starfinder. This
Yeah.
is just a Starfinder game.
1000% correct.
This is just a Starfinder game.
Yep. Piper is rubbing their raccoon paws together over a Star Trek game that they're thirsty about. They're
Yes,
like,
they have.
Kay must be the first person I ask to my Star Trek game. I'm like, calm down.
I need
It'll
to,
be okay, Piper.
I need to catch up. Like,
Across the board.